Hey, what's up? Welcome back, everybody. It's hot, Scully. I already know. Two can't go together, but in this day it does, man. Anyway, man, my name is Rei Robb. Thoughts by Ray. The Rei Robbery Report. The Rei Robb, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to my channel. Um, I talk everything. I got a love for sports. Um, I feel I have pretty good knowledge about a lot of things. I think I'm a very logical person. I am someone who we can have a debate and we can disagree and it's okay. And it's all right to be heated for that moment, but it's all about not taking things personal. I'm also somebody that I don't know if this is a weakness, but I am somebody that can't stand stupidity when it comes to certain topics or just ignorance. And it gets me every time. And I'm getting better at ignoring just stupid stuff. Some things just don't make sense. And in this day and era where everybody has a voice, which is a good thing and a bad thing, people just want to get their voice heard. And so I just got to think about it from that standpoint. It's a lot of BS that's said. It's a lot of stuff that used to be common sense, but whether people don't have to be held accountable for it, it just doesn't go the way. I just don't understand a lot of people's thought process. Let's get straight to it. The fever versus the sky. Angel, not Angela. Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Very divisive. As far as the basketball is concerned, I mean, people choose sides who they like. I like both of them. I like both of them. You know, definitely what Angel does. I'm going to say what Angel does for people that don't like her is ridiculous because she can really hoop. The layup things, I get it. It's frustrating. In the WNBA, that is frustrating. It's a lot of missed layups. But it's also because I look at it like a lot, when you think about the NBA, a lot of those close shots are usually like dunks or close to the rim. But also, with a lot, when it comes to shooting, the W probably, they're a little better shooters. It's all around. In the fundamentals. NBA can rely on the athleticism as well as the skills. The most part of WNBA is a lot about fundamentals, which a lot of people don't know. And they're great at it. So, I just like watching good basketball. Both of them can hoop. Caitlin is ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? She can do it all. She got stronger, the threes. She just got every part of the game. And now, as far as teams, to me, it's never been a competition because you look at the situation that Angel was put in, and you look at the situation that Caitlin was put in. Indiana, they both were bad teams when they both got them. Indiana's organization seems better suited than Chicago. You see all the BS that's going on with Chicago, where they play, they don't even play. Like the practice facility, all that stuff is run down, heavy turnover, a lot of controversy. There's a lot more continuity, and it looks like the organization knows exactly what they're doing with Caitlin Clark. And they got back-to-back number one picks. All right. But shout out to them. So, on the basketball front, it's not even, to me, Indiana is way better than the Chicago Sky. And so, everybody, they're talking, it's the Caitlin Angel Reese. And if you haven't seen it, it's all about the foul that was called flagrant. I've watched TV and I've listened to a lot of people on the internet and everything, everybody ad nauseum. What I know, how the world is today is that most people just have a side now and they just stay on that side. There's no reasoning. I mean, there's no, no, they don't want to hear anybody else's reason. If you side with Caitlyn, you side with Caitlyn no matter what. If you side with Angel, you side with Angel no matter what, for the most part. I mean, man. All right, man. I'm being politically correct. I'm just getting out some of this facts. Most people are just staying on one side. The thing that is like it's almost like a microcosm of society today is that with the black-white dynamic between both of them is that a lot of people are trying to explain that what Angel deals with outside of everything. Not to say that Caitlyn doesn't deal with it, but what Angel has to deal with is unnecessary and ridiculous. But it's almost like I said, like a microcosm of societies, because I feel like with us, with our, with the black race, we continuously try to explain what's happened and what we're going through because of that. It's not an excuse. We just want you to understand. And it's like talking to a wall. Basically, people don't care what Angel's going through. If you're a Caitlyn fan. I mean, and some people, a lot of, and I don't want to make it like there's some black men in the media that people have issue with, that are side, that they feel side with Caitlyn and everything like that. There's some things that Angel does and she's just wrong. Do I think she overreacted? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I feel like something that nobody else is mentioning, or a lot of people aren't mentioning, is that same, is it the same risk that she had to miss the rest of the season for last year? That she had to miss part of Unrivaled for this year and has tape on it, and that's like she kind of fell awkwardly. And it was a take foul. It was a take foul. But the shove, that shove was like, damn, all right, but sometimes you gotta. Caitlyn was frustrated because Angel pushed her teammate to get the rebound. That was a blatant offensive foul. And, just like most people do, like, man, fuck. They like, man, forget that. And then she fouled her hard as hell. But we know, and we can all go with the roles were reversed, and Angel did that when we saw her last year. They damn near wanted her to go to jail with that flagrant foul. And then she just kind of walked away. I know, I know she didn't, she walking away like she ain't got time to deal with it, but she's not doing anything. It's just a basketball play, but people just kind of took it too far. But it was a flagrant. It's funny, it's funny, in this day and age, you can show people things and they still, it doesn't matter what they see, even if it's factual. They'll be like, so what? That first angle, they like, yeah, Angel flopped. That other angle that they showed, it was she literally, it's not the foul with the hand that she got on the ball and everything. It's the, the you know what I'm saying? Then people like, oh, you sped it up, and, people that saw the footage. And it gets frustrating. Like, nah, she fouled the shit out of her. And they called it a flagrant. And then she got up salty, you know what I'm saying? You ever been fouled hard? You be like, man, what the hell? What's your problem? That's to anybody. If you sports or somebody did something to you unnecessary, what the hell's wrong with you? It just happened to be it's almost perfect that it's those two because, it brings, first of all, it's good and bad because it's the attention. People are still talking about it. That happened Saturday. It's Monday. People are talking about it for the wrong reasons. The game was a blowout, so it wasn't much to talk about, but it's always going to be this. It's nothing that, I don't know what can happen to change the dynamic, I want to talk about RG3. I'm not even going to lie. Let's get to RG3. I know a lot of people have had their opinion, I mean, there's certain other people in the media that I don't even care. The media, it's funny because a lot of the athletes that are in the media used to complain about the same thing that they do to other athletes and other people. But, and that's not to discredit athletes because they know a lot of them know what they're talking about. A lot of us who didn't make it to those stages will never know what it's like. But I do find it funny that, certain athletes say, well, you can't speak on this, but everybody speaks on everything. Nah, I'm just going to name some things and you can agree with me whether you like or not. None of y'all was doctors, but y'all knew what to do with COVID. When it comes to something that happens, forensics or anything, y'all become forensics. Y'all become lawyers. Somebody does something to customer service, you the customer service. Like, when it comes to other people's jobs, those same people critique other people. Yeah, you may have never done that, so you may have no idea. You've never been in that position. Everybody critiques everybody. That's just what it is. Some are more knowledgeable than others. But, you know what I'm saying? I know some doctors like, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. And I'm not saying what's right or wrong with COVID. All I know is with certain people choose certain things. So you'll take people want to read ingredients and all this stuff for this, but then will take other medication and other stuff without questioning. Never had any questions. You might have a question about this law or something else, but when somebody else tells you about this other law that you had to follow, you had no questions. So, I mean, I'm a person that likes for it to be balanced all the way. I digress. Robert Griffin III, one of my favorite athletes, like in the last 15 to 20 years. I mean, of course, there's been things that's been said about this man. One thing I will try to never do. I don't never want to call people out their name. Like calling a black man, that C word and all that other stuff. I ain't with that. That's not me. Because I could just disagree with you. I mean, there are some things where certain people, even if I feel that way, I'm not going to say it. Like, you already got other people saying it. I just don't see other cultures and other races do it as publicly that we do. Like, we become the show. We become the minstrel show. But I digress. When he has said that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, like, to that word, like how divisive that word is, and your situation, and then when he doubled down on it and gave certain examples, and it wasn't that wasn't a great example. Angels talk crazy to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? People and also knowing the background. But for you to double down on that and the way that he did, I like that. See, stuff like that is so dangerous because it only, God forbid, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what you're feeding. And then to say it like you're right. And then, I've heard him have issues talking about how he's been done wrong, but to say, that word saying that she hates Caitlin, where the hell you get that from? They may not like each other. I don't even think they dislike each other. I think, what I think? I don't know either one of them. You know what I think they hate? People like him when they do stuff like that. That keep doing reoccurring things. That, and then Angel having to continue to answer this type of shit. And, people putting words in their mouth and stuff like that. We all know how it literally started. Caitlin Clark was out here doing all that, and it was all good and gravy when it was against South Carolina and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, Angel Reese did that when she lost, and it's never been the same, and it's been divisive ever since, But to say that they seem like they've been playing since you and me started paying attention. They've been playing for like 7-8 years against each other. You know what I'm saying? But I also can see how they probably don't dislike each other, but when you have so much of this stuff, this outside noise, and if they're not cool enough, I feel like they got a respect for each other. And they may have a competitive dislike for each other, but not as people, you see what I'm saying? But I can see Angel going through so much and not liking her because of this type of stuff right there. You got to hear it. Basically how this day and age is like you push the lie so much that it just becomes what it is over time. We know who does it the most. But I just, he was very irresponsible with saying that. I don't believe she hates her. I believe they hate this BS that comes around it. And then you see how Caitlyn fouled the shit out of her. Caitlyn don't hate her. Caitlyn don't hate her for costing her from winning the championship. You ever thought about it's never the other way, and that's what other people try to get. I think they both dope basketball players. I think Caitlyn is offensively she's one of the best players in the league. The crazy thing is so is Angel. You know what I'm saying? What she does is great. Obviously, I think she's on a leash. And I don't like to say that about I feel like she doesn't get I think she's discovering because she was a wing player. You know what I'm saying? She was a person that creates and all that stuff. So she's she's worked on her jumper and everything. They gotta create space because her and Camilla can't be down there. And so I feel like they're working on that. She's more of a wing that plays power forward. She's versatile like that. You see what I'm saying? And so she's working on that. Caitlyn, great ball handler. She's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And she got the pieces in place that complement her. Angel doesn't have it. But RG3, that was some bullshit. That was some ridiculous. And I know people agree with, she does say, no, man, come on, man. You, to say, I'm not going to lie. That's some stuff that I feel like Jason Whitlock will say. And then, people saying that you on Fox and all that, and you going in line, and I don't want to believe it's true, but whatever you do, you do, but man, you gotta be more responsible than that. You should know, hate, despises, what? With all the racial undertones that you see, that is equal. That's what hate looks like? Man, come on, man. That's some bullshit. I don't agree with that. I don't. And we'll see what in the coming days. There's about to be more interviews, more blowback. He's gonna stand up. Him having the symbol of him having his wife in the background and all that. That's for other people to, all that stuff. You do what you do. That's your personal business. You know what I'm saying? You cool with that? I'm cool. And then you can't say she hates and then and then you try to come with some stuff saying that it's good. Nah, you already poisoned the whole feed with what you just said. People need to be careful with what they say. And especially that's damn near defamation. Talking about she hates, man, she don't hate that girl. She probably hates losing to that girl. They getting blown out. You trying to you are putting gasoline, especially the way that the climate is in this country. People, you tell people to read the room, but sometimes they are reading the room. They read the room and they're giving their interpretation how they want the room to be. So you got to be aware of that as well. So that was out of bounds commentary. It's not for things like that. I need to hear from the people say that. So that's all I have to say about this. There'll be more to come, but I just thought that was BS.